What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So let's talk about sustaining perfect. So how do you do this? How do you maintain perfect attraction to the person that you are interested in or that you're dating for a very, very long time? So there's a few things, some orthodox, some unorthodox. Some are going to be a little weird. Some are going to be some things that you guys might already know. So starting with number one, you guys know what I'm going to do. If you are new around here, hit the subscribe button down below and like the video. That helps me out, helps me with my engagement, and send a comment down below if you have any questions. And I'm going to make a video really soon about the best way to contact me for my services and the best way to get in touch with me so you guys can get your help. Okay. So number one, no tricks this time, is being busy and knowing your purpose. Now, this is something I preach in all my videos all the time. And you have to find your true purpose. You got to find your reason for getting out of bed and your why. And you have to find that, because you knowing that will bring success into your life, and it will bring the confidence and the positivity that you'll bring to people around you, and your, like, whatever you're searching for. Say it's like, you know, wanting to build a business or something like that. You're going to bring your all when you know exactly what your purpose is. So for example, this business that I'm running here, my true purpose is helping others become the best version of themselves. Sometimes I do that before I do that for my own self. That's the thing. I know that that is my purpose, and I found a way to monetize it with a business, with this business, right? That's why I get up out of bed and do all the stuff that I do every day and help the guys that I'm helping every day without getting sick of it, right? And how does this have anything to do with attraction, especially with a woman? So when you put your focus and your purpose and your missions and your goals first, that means that your focus is not on her only. And when it's on your mission first, that means that when you're with her, this is something they find attractive. So when you don't look at them first, when you focus on your own goals and dreams first before her, she finds that attractive, because she knows that there's nothing she can do to sway you from your purpose and your dreams. That is something that they find attractive. They like the fact that you will be a provider and a protector and a resourceful man. They want that. That's biologically imprinted into their DNA, okay? So when you go and focus on your shit and make sure that everything's cool and you're working on it every day, then that's going to be something that you are, that's something about you that's going to be very attractive. Okay. So that's one of the biggest things you can do. It's almost like it's so powerful doing that it's going to create this perfect space, this perfect time apart from each other. And she's going to be always fighting for your time. She's always going to be like, hey, we don't spend enough time together. It's a good place for you guys to be, because she's fighting for your time. Just look at the opposite. If you spend too much time together, it's a problem, because you guys get bored of each other. Boredom just decimates attraction. It makes your relationship just boring, right? The second thing is maintaining perfect attraction. Working on your body and making sure that your health is good. This can be kind of a spin-off of the first point. You could be working like a cubicle job and be totally happy. She will still love you and respect you for being resourceful and all of that. You don't have to just have a business. But if you work on your body and your health and your vitality, that is going to be extremely attractive to them, because it's something that's actually quite rare. So when they look at your body and they look at your health, they will look around and they'll realize it's quite rare, because not a lot of people have the discipline that it takes to become that in shape and to take care of yourself and be a disciplined person. The territory, like waking up every day and being a man of your word and doing the things that you say you're going to do, they get implied with you having a great body and great health, because it takes a lot of time and perseverance to gain a great body and to do it day in and day out. So they know that you're going to be very passionate about that, and it actually physically and biologically in their brain makes them go a little bit wild, because they're like, oh, like, you have great genes, you have You have everything that my offspring would need to survive. And that's exactly what they're looking for. Another thing that you guys can do, so this will be number 3, understanding the nature of females and understanding why they do what they do. So I was going to say standing up to them, but that could be another point afterwards. But I also want to talk about understanding them and understanding why they do the things that they do. So let's talk about some examples. Sometimes they'll start fights or they'll start doing something to see if they can get either a reaction, or they'll do something that will sort of push you, maybe push a button. And they'll do that wondering what you're going to do, just to stir the pot up a little bit. So say things in your relationship are great, you know, rock solid. Everything's kind of great, and there's been no fights lately. There's been nothing to tip the beehive, so to speak. So they'll do something to actually start this, just to be, it's something they need. It's something that stagnation and boredom and when things are going a little too good, it's not really cool for them. I don't know if it comes from evolution. When we were, you know, living in tribes and stuff like that, there was always something happening. Boredom just kills them. They cannot stand boredom, and they'll actually do things to stir up the pot, so to speak. And standing up for yourself and just saying, like, look, whatever you do is not going to sway me. You're that guy in the boat, like a little rowboat in a hurricane, and she is the hurricane, so to speak. No matter what goes on around you, you're just sitting there weathering the storm. Okay, that is all you need to do. So when they go crazy, they want to go wild, and they want to fucking go insane, and they want to do everything that they want to do to stir the pot, all you got to do is just go, okay. And that's hard. That is really hard. And that's something I struggled with for a long time, because I said, and I was always questioning, why do they need to be like that? Why can't things just be simple? And instead of questioning them and the nature, I said, well, the only thing I can control is my reaction to it, because I'm not going to change them. And you guys might be saying, Kyle, why would we want to be in a relationship then? Why would we want to be putting ourselves through these torturous things? Why would we want to do this? I can't answer that question for you, because honestly, men and women, we're supposed to coexist together. But no one said that we're supposed to be monogamous. Nobody said that we're supposed to be with just one person. That's something that society has kind of come up with and people follow, getting married and stuff like that. So do with this information what you will, because knowing and knowledge is half the battle. You're so powerful when you know more, okay? And all I'm doing is just observing and reporting the facts that I see in everyday life, the videos that I watch, and helping people. And a lot of the emails that I receive are somewhat the same. How could they do this to me? I never saw this coming. I got blindsided. So if you understand the nature of females and you understand what they do and why they do it, then you'll have a much easier time understanding and putting yourself in the best position to either walk away or just adjust yourself to how she's reacting to you. And there's one more thing I want to talk about. And you guys may have heard this, especially if you're part of the Red Pill community. And I hope I explain this the right way and get this idea out, because it's something that was new. I knew the behavior, I didn't know the word behind it. And the word I'm talking about is hypergamy, or hypergamous behavior. And what this basically means is females will, I'll kind of give like a situation. Females will be with you for like years and years and years. And then there will be all this history between you guys, right? And there will be some guy that comes along that's a little bit older maybe, or he's just more set in his life, resource wise. Everything could be crazy good between you guys. But because this guy, he might be a little bit more handsome. He might be higher in the sexual market value. He might have more resources, more money, a house already. She'll leave you for him. Not automatically, because some girls can put this hypergamous behavior aside like a man, because men want to sleep with multiple women, right? A man can kind of put that aside and be monogamous with a woman. Just like that. So the idea of this behavior and knowing that this could happen to you, out of nowhere, because just look at some forums online of people being completely blindsided by a divorce. She just left out of nowhere. And the excuse the woman will give is almost ridiculous. Like, oh, like after 20 years, I just lost attraction or this or that. It's never like something solid or concrete. If it is, it's very rare. That's why you have to always be working on your sexual market value and increasing your value as a man if you're with a woman. Because yes, when you guys start a relationship together, she could see the potential in you, and she'll see the growth that you're capable of. But when you don't follow through with that growth, she will outgrow you, because honestly, she's not really growing much. Because in my observations so far, a lot of females don't like to work on themselves. Men do. Well, men don't really like to, but they kind of have to, because we have the burden of performance. But females, when they get to a certain age, I find that they don't really think that they need to continue to work on things about themselves. Maybe be a better wife or a better partner. Unless the other partner says you need to do that and she loves that person enough to want to do that. See, these are just things I kind of spit off the top of my head, off just the things that I read and listen to, videos I watch, and just my experiences with what I've been through so far. I've been in relationships where it just ended, and it was always because of another guy. She found him more attractive. He was more along with her goals and along with her life than I was. I was struggling to figure out what I wanted to do for quite a while. And you could probably see how that might not have been attractive to some women out there. Again, they'll date you for your potential. So we dated for years, and then it kind of just ended, and it was always because of another guy. I always figured it out. And usually it is because they'll monkey branch, they'll hold on to you. They won't even be attracted to you anymore. They'll still sleep with you. They'll still do whatever. And you'll see the attraction fading, and you'll feel it fading. And then out of nowhere, it's kind of just over because they have now grabbed onto the next branch and they're now with another guy. Just knowing this behavior and knowing that females will just leave you just because there's a better opportunity. It's literally written in their their DNA to be with the most alpha, the person who will provide the best to them and bring the best resources and protect them the most. Understanding this, and this can help you not be so blindsided and not be so hurt when you get left behind. You may be wondering like how she could just get over you so quickly. Honestly, it's the way that they are. I don't know. Like, it could go back to evolution and the fact that maybe the girl was with a guy and they were hunting and gathering, and sometimes he just never came back. And then maybe that was because men were always out hunting and doing things and putting themselves in great danger to bring resources back to the tribes. Now, maybe because that's something they got used to, who knows? Who really knows? But what I want you to take away from the video is these 4 points that I mentioned, and just put yourself in the position, being able to just move forward regardless of whatever she does. And this is a little bit more in depth because I want you guys to just know that it's not always something that they can control. It's not always something that you can control. It's something that the only thing you can control is the outcome of the behaviors that come after the actions. So they leave you, you could say, all right, bye, and then walk away as well. And that will make you appear the strongest that you can be in that situation. Sustaining perfect attraction is almost impossible. You can always put yourself in the best position to do so if you follow these things I've laid out here. And just be careful. Protect yourself, protect your heart, and always be aware of what's going on in relationships and what's going on with females and why they'll do certain things that they do. And always be working on yourself, because this is always going to be something that you'll never regret doing. You'll hear men from the fucking ages. You could go back thousands of years and all say the same shit. I wish I never married this girl, or I wish I never did this. I regret my marriage. I regret my blah, blah, blah. You'll never regret working on yourself. You'll never regret taking the time to improve things about you, because it's always going to be attractive to friends, family, and of course women. You can always go back to it. It's something that you can always go back to. You can always go back to creating a bigger social circle, or maybe just more solid friends, having those cool friends around that you can always depend on. Those are rare, by the way. So when you find them, keep them. Nurture those relationships with your friends that if you have a friend that defends you when you're not around, that's a rare person. And it's very rare to find people who will do that. So make sure that you keep those people around and look for those awesome friendships that you can have. And I don't want this video to drag on too long, so I'm going to end it right here. And if you guys have any problems in this realm of thinking and you guys want a little bit more explanation, just email me at powerfulrelationships@27@gmail.com, and I'll have everything down below eventually when I get around to doing my descriptions. And I want you guys to take care of yourselves, all right? Always take care of yourself. You come before everybody else. Be selfish. Done.